Hello, everyone. And we are starting now. 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 Hello. So, as you can see by the title today, we are doing superhero mode, which is the max difficulty as far as I'm aware of. So let's reveal the game, shall we? Okay. Just moving a few things here. Let me turn the music back on for the game. That's more like it. Speaking of music, I turned the voices up. Well, that's not speaking of music. Speaking of music, I'm going to try out the instrumental tracks today that I got for pre-ordering the game. They're probably going to release it. Knowing Capcom, they're probably going to release that as purchasable DLC later. But yeah, I turned up voice volume just because the lines are so corny. It's a shame if any of them are drowned out by the other sounds. So it might be best to do this. I don't know if I want to mess with the sound balance too much here though. So that looks good. So we're changing it from original to instrumental. So I'm excited to hear that. Also, I noticed that the game felt really slow on Wednesday, and someone even pointed out that the game was running slower than it was supposed to. And I kind of explained it by means of my computer, but after streaming the game, I remembered that I had forgotten to upgrade my graphics card, I forgot to upgrade my drivers. Yeah, so I upgraded my drivers since then, so let's see if that speeds the game up a bit. So I don't think we can change the difficulty if we load a game, but we have plenty of file slots. So I think I'd rather just start a new game here. Superhero. Only the truest, most hardcore fans need apply. Sign me up. And like Wednesday, the year is 20XX. Like Wednesday, I would like to play through the whole game in one sitting again. At the laboratory of Thomas Light. Any hardworking robots? I'll let these first few cutscenes play again just in case I missed anything.
All systems nominal. You're in great shape, Blockman.
All thanks to you, Doc. You built me rock solid.
Ha ha ha, it's funnier the second time.
Well, I can hear the construction yard calling. Block out.
Good luck out there.
Says block out. Thomas Light just does the obligatory head nod and laugh.
Let's see. We just finished with Blockman. That leaves Torchman, Acid Man, Impact Man, Bounce Man, Fuse Man, Tundra Man, and Blast.
Look at Otto going to town
Just 7 to go.
on that touch screen. I'm assuming it's a touch screen.
There's no end to them. Doc, how about giving your favorite assistant a break?
I don't need a break, Otto.
Ooh,
You know,
ouch.
for a robot, you sure do complain a lot. Now let's crank it up a gear.
Whoa, foreshadowing.
Oh,
Gear.
I ain't a machine. I mean, I am, but still.
Mr. Torchman, please proceed to the... Oh, earthquake!
What on earth?
You know, I might be reading too much into it, but you know how there was recently an earthquake in Japan? Like a pretty detrimental one? It's still fresh in people's minds. And people died from it. So,
Doctor, what's going on?
I wonder if people playing this game
Everyone,
and then rolls like, earthquake! If that was a bit too soon.
This is no time for your heroics.
It's an alien!
Simply come to give Dr.
Buzz, look, it's an alien! Where?
Then kindly be quick about it.
Of course. You see, I recalled some old research. The very invention you so coldly crushed when we were students together. Or has your memory failed you?
Our university days. A device. It can't be.
Oh, but it can! Your objections wouldn't stifle me forever. I have perfected my design. And now we'll see who was right all along.
Dr. Light, what's the ruckus?
The gang's all here.
The lot of you will make excellent test subjects.
Wow!
Bounce Man really is big.
Quickly! You must all run and hide!
Too late. Speed here.
Whoa!
My robots!
My robots.
Over here, Light.
That speed! What have you done?
Dang it! Nobody blocks Block Man!
Let those robots go, Dr. Wily!
I have a better idea.
Ah, he's bad. He's a bad guy.
Bow down to the genius of Dr. Wily.
Doctor, I'll go after Wily.
Wait, Mega Man! Wily's invention is called the double gear system.
I think we can skip this
It's
part.
designed to push robots far beyond their...
No. Pretty sure we have that under control. You know, I never really needed to use the double gear, or I never really found it in my advantage to use the double gear system. Like using both at once on the normal playthrough, but it might be a bit more valuable in superhero mode. So the question is, who do I want to start with? I forgot to mention this before, but you notice Tundra Man is sticking out of the box. He's sticking out of the little frame. And that's similar to Quick Man from Mega Man 2, because in Mega Man 2, Quick Man is sticking out of the frame like that. So I did Fuse Man first last time, because someone was telling me that was a good introductory stage. Since I know all the weaknesses, I might just go, like, direct... Well, I kind of did that before. Did the weaknesses starting with Fuse Man. But originally I was thinking Impact Man would be a good start because of the impact driver being so good for traversal. The reason I didn't do it the first time, though, is because I heard Impact Man stage was pretty hard. Or at least relatively hard. But now that I've beaten all the stages, maybe I should try it. Plus, since Impact Man... As I was saying, since Impact Man is very much a callback to Guts Man. Oh yeah, the new soundtrack. I like this. Since Impact Man is very much a callback to Guts Man from Mega Man 1, Guts Man is usually who I like starting with for Mega Man 1. Because with Guts Man, you get that ability that lets you pick up blocks. Oof, what the heck? Oh yeah. Forgot, I need to actually pay attention this time. Can't tell if the game is normal speed now or not. Updating the drivers helped it. If updating the drivers helped at all. I don't know if I've just gotten used to it, or if it actually is better, but it feels better. So yeah, acid barrier is very useful here. Just because of all the projectiles. That was close. Kind of did a leap of faith there. How do I get down, though? Oh, that's the exit. Okay, so far so good. Oh yeah, also, I need to do an audio test here. That's the exit. Sounds good. Huh. Oh yeah, I haven't even used the speed gear or anything yet. Oh yeah, I need to get the upgrade that lets me, I'm already at half health. I need to get the upgrade that lets me go normal speed during speed gear. It's in here again. Oh, just a checkpoint. Yoinks. Block dropper is good for this room. Very good example of when block dropper is useful. I'm low on health already. Screw ladders. Ladders aren't cool. How many lives does it start you with again? 2. Kind of cornered myself there. I know it seems kind of lame, but I really want to wait till these things expire. Do they? Do I really have to jump in between these? This is one of those cases in which not moving at normal speed during speed gear is actually in your favor. Because even though Mega Man isn't really moving faster, it lets you have better reaction speed, essentially. Oh boy. I still haven't tested if I can walk on these things yet. Probably not, though. I think if I get hit once, I'm dead, right? Those things, I mean, taking a lot of damage on superhero mode. Okay, there's a mid-boss in here. I'm probably going to die. Is the checkpoint after the mid-boss or in the mid-boss? Like, if I die here, do I have to go all through that again? Okay, let's actually try hard then. Yeah, maybe Impact Man stages first is not the most optimal order. I mean, obviously, if you're good enough, it is. Or, if you're good enough, it's fine, because you can just wrap it up and get the Impact Driver. Let's just preserve as much HP as possible for that mid-boss. I also think it's kind of interesting how all the mid-bosses, except for this one, are like some sort of, you know, robot that is obviously more powerful than the regular enemies, but this mid-boss is a regular guy, just inside of a crane. Like, it's so strangely mundane compared to the other ones. Oh, you rascal. Same thing almost happened. I think the health... How's life, baby boy? It's, busy, but going quite fine. Busy is not bad. It's, like, busy is not bad if you're able to handle things, you know? Like, if you can get things done. How are you doing? I beat this game, not yesterday, on Wednesday, on normal mode. So today, this is, I literally, like, just started about 20 minutes ago. You're good. Good to hear. I started, like, 20 or something minutes ago. Wait, what? I could just check. Yeah, I've been live for 23 minutes. And this is my first attempt at superhero mode. I was thinking it might be good to do Impact Man first, because his ability is so good at traversal. So it would make the other stages a lot easier if I started with, started with this. But this stage is, I mean, relatively, this stage is not that easy to start out with, because having Acid Man's ability or Block Man's ability make this stage much easier. Here's the mid boss. Doing a lot better this time. At this spot. Here. Look at these robots taking our jobs. Taking our blue collar jobs. Oh, yeah, by the way, this soundtrack is the pre-order bonus instrumental track. Okay, I need to not stick my head up for as long. No hit run starts now. Can't jump. Forgot what I'm supposed to do here. I guess you're just supposed to jump over the rock. Well, either way, even if I get through that mid-boss, I'm probably going to die afterwards. So, How do I get to the menu? There. I'll still have 0 lives though, right? How do I even check? Yeah, so isn't it better if I just actually start a new file? Like start a new game and just skip the cutscene? Let's do that. What? Oh, title screen. Don't save. New game. Yeah, and then we can skip the cutscene here and refill our lives, essentially. No. I'm good. So yeah, Impact Man first try. I like the idea. I don't know if I'm good enough at the game yet to do that. I do Fuse Mania again. I could just do the same order as I did the first time. It worked out pretty well. Like I said, I can't tell if the game's actually running faster now, or if I just got used to the slow speed. But it definitely feels better than I remember. I like this instrumental soundtrack, but it sounds way more somber than Mega Man music is typically known for. I like it, though. I just don't know if some purists would like the change in style. Are you planning on getting this game, Adam Smith? Because if you are, I highly recommend it. But I guess if you're getting it anyway, there's no point in me recommending it. The reason why that freaked me out is because I was anticipating it. Did that hit me on my way down? Can I shoot him from here? Yes. Huh. Thought I was going to miss that. Seems like bolts are dropping a lot, though. Maybe I'm just getting good RNG. Okay, this part. How could I forget? 3, 4. Wait, there's only 3 here? That's why I was expecting 3 in the next area like this. I kept thinking it was 3 and jumping early and then getting shocked by the 4th pulse. Ugh. This music's kind of making me sleepy. So we should... Thinking about when I can do Impact Man. We should probably get the block dropper and the acid barrier. Well, at least one of those first. We do the block dropper before Acid Man because of the, he's weak to block dropper. Who do I do before Block Man? Blast Man? Oh yeah, he's weak to Blast. Even though Block Man is weak to Blast Man, I feel like that's probably the least significant weakness in the game. Like, obviously it's still a weakness, but compared to the other weaknesses, it doesn't seem so detrimental to him. Okay, this part. I still think this place is weird because they make it look as if you could jump up with Rush, but you can't. So I don't know why they didn't just make a ceiling. Seems like a strangely deliberate design choice. The mid boss is in here, right? I don't know why I can't shoot those in advance there. Wait, okay. Wait, did that reset my charge? My, charge shot? I think it did. Oh boy. Keeps coming. Okay, we got him. First try on superhero. So dramatic. This music makes his death even sadder. Especially since it's stormy in this stage. It's stormy outside. His goggles shatter. When you're listening to this music, imagine him. The design of his body, I guess you would say. And his programming. Between him being built to be whatever he is, some sort of electric reactor thing, it's kind of ambiguous. But he's been stuck living in here this whole time. The only thing he has, the only thing he could use to identify with were his cool goggles. And then you shatter them before his very eyes right before he explodes, knowing that the only thing he had to pride was shattered. One, 2, 3, 4. There. Easy peasy. It's easy when you can count to 4. Yeah, Impact Man stage is significantly more challenging than this when you don't have any upgrades or powers. See how I led that shot? And he did not drop anything. That jump. Okay. All these ceilings to bump your head on. Well, if I get a game over, I forgot. If you get a game over, you can still keep your bolts. So I guess starting a new file is kind of wasteful. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait, theoretically, even if we get all the way to Fuse Man here with 1 HP, why is there no E-Tank there? Is there no E-Tank in Superhero? I was going to say, even if we get to Fuse Man.
Speed up! Speed gear! Speed up!
Even if we get to Fuse Man, I'm going to die unless I can beat him without getting hit. Here he is. Yeah, because... And, like, if we die here, we have to start all the way back over. Wait, do we? No, wait, is there a checkpoint right... Oh, no, there's a checkpoint right before the boss. Okay. So let's not jinx it or anything. But all I have to do is not die in this room. And I can get the checkpoint before the boss without having died at all. So. Okay, I just have to keep moving right once I get on. Okay. We meet again, Fuse Man. Somebody needs to mod the game. Oh, that's interesting. The boss music. The boss music, even with the instrumental music DLC, the boss music is not instrumental. And I think that the contrast between the instrumental stage music and the, like, electronic boss music makes it seem a bit more intimidating. A bit more unnatural. Wait, what was I saying, though? Oh, yeah, someone needs to mod the game so that when you go through those doors, you can stay in the air as the screen pans. Oh, boy. How many tries do we have? Okay, 2 more.
How could I refuse?
Refuse.
Assault and battery.
Oh, did I like... Oh, I let go of the Mega Buster charge. Okay, let's not repeat the same exact thing that happened last time. Because it was going that way. I can't get... Okay. Oh, boy. Eep. Still has a lot of HP. Okay. Oh man, that's a lot of things to keep track of. So I'm thinking the double gear system is a lot more valuable in superhero mode just because you're going to find yourself within 1-hit death range. Like 1-hit kill. You're going to find your HP in 1-hit kill ranges a lot more often. So you might as well go for the... Go for the full-out offense. Okay, then. This is definitely a difficulty spike from normal to this. Since there are 4 different difficulty options, I was not expecting the spike to be this significant. Made authentic Japanese food. How is it authentic, though? Like, what constitutes authentic? Okay, so obviously walking is not sufficient. Walking speed's not sufficient for dodging some of these. Splash damage. You're training rats today in lab. What were you training them to do? So you want... It seems like you want to bait out his first shot to be low so that you can jump over it. And then by the time you shoot the second shot, you're in the air, but you're already falling down, so you don't have to really do anything to dodge the second shot. Push down on a bar to get a food pellet. Oh, that's classic. The conditioning. Oh man, I missed? Did I miss that too? He has so much HP still! Why am I not hitting him? I thought I was, like, doing okay. Try to weave in between there. Okay, obviously... This is not smart, but... Should have cooked that a bit longer. And I couldn't even hit him because he's so fast. And I walk into his trail. Okay, then. Sticky rice balls. You mean, jelly donuts? Have you ever seen the, Game Over? Have you ever seen the Pokemon dub? They try to, like, translate it in accordance to, like, cultural differences. And they had these, you know, onigiri. These rice triangles. And you could clearly see Brock was holding these onigiris. He was like, wow, do you guys want a jelly donut? I love jelly donuts. What happens if you hit continue? You start over at the beginning, right? Do I still have my bolts, though? I do. Can I go buy anything, or... No, I don't think you unlock anything in the shop until... you beat a robot master. I kind of like that from a game design standpoint, though. I can get some of these, though. Feel kind of lame leaving the stage to go buy some stuff, but... I mean, it's allowed in superhero mode, so it's still part of superhero mode. Maybe afterwards, though, I'll do a superhero mode run, superhero mode challenge in which I cannot buy anything. That would be even more hardcore. Buy the pet. Beat? You can only hold... Like... Yeah, I thought you could only hold one at once. Yeah. You can only hold one at once, though, and it saves you from a pit. Or I don't think there are any pits in Fuse Man stage. Oh, look, I can get some of these. Can I not get the thing? Can I not get the thing that makes it so that I can move at normal speed when using speed gear yet? No, I think Dr. Light-sama has to say, I can now create new items for you. Yes, I did. I actually did. When I played it, I thought it was, like, so hardcore. It was on the PS2, the one I played. Special bonus. Yeah, let's just go with the E-Tank, I guess.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? Not this again. Roll, we've been over this. You can't question me in front of others. Don't question me in public.
Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready. Are you sure?
Sure.
Ta-da! All ready. Good luck out there. Are you sure? Ta-da!
See, an E-Tank, if you wait to use the E-Tank till you're extremely low on health, an E-Tank is essentially an extra life, but better, because you don't have to start over. Wait, that's not what I meant to do. Welcome back, Mega Man. Long time no see.
Okay, Mega. What'll it be? Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready. Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready.
Okay. Let's not keep him waiting. Did you ever play that game was in other room if you answered? What? It's pretty cryptic. That's a pretty cryptic question. All these... Okay, let's not destroy them. Okay, the whole point of this, I think, is so that you don't... The reason why they drop bolts is so that you can kill them when they're not over the, part of the ground that's conducting electricity. The last question that I asked... Oh, you were saying you were in another room. Like, so you missed me. You missed my answer. Yeah, I did play it on the PS2. It was definitely one of those hidden gems. Like, I don't know if that game is critically acclaimed or not. It's definitely not popular, because the only other time I've heard anyone know about the game was you. Like, just now. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty hardcore. Oh boy. Can I... Okay. Ooh. It was pretty metal. Wait. I tried to launch it to the right when I fell down. Yeah, I know. That was... It felt like real espionage, you know, like hacking in. I thought it was pretty cool too, like being able to hack into other enemies. It was like... It made you like so... Like it made you feel so unattached to your own body because you could always just hack into other things. Very much... Maybe I was reading too much into it, but it like really gave a sense of like... deconstructing identity, you know what I mean? Like you could always essentially trade up your body. The multiplayer was fun too, the split screen, because they had these things on the map that you could walk up to and hack to control. So like it would be really strong against the other player, right? But if the other player is able to sneak up behind you and hack you from behind, they would take over it, and then you would pop back to your original body. Two, three. Yeah, they should reboot that. Like maybe like do a remake, and then if it sells well, they could make a new one. That bolt is kind of tempting, but eh. Ting. Almost jumped a bit too early there. They release, who's getting the victory? I thought you said Garen's getting the victorious skin. Oh, I mean, who's getting it, like if I'm getting it? Or if, like, which champion? Because I thought you said it was Garen. What? It's Oriana. Were you just messing with me when you said Garen? To see if I would believe it? I did not mean to jump that early. Well, I mean, technically I did, but... obviously not with the getting hit part. Dang it. That makes sense too, though. Like, I know the whole point of the Victoria skin, right, is to give the skin to the champion that was, like, the most influential that season. In which case, Garen would be kind of a weird choice. But the reason I could believe it was just because of Graves being last season. Because Graves seemed like a really odd choice. And with the weird rune changes and everything, it made Garen, like, hilariously viable in some cases. So I think Garen getting a Victoria skin this season makes more sense than when Graves got his. That was close. Oh, nice. Wait, oh yeah, I forgot I can't duck. You know that second bat, if he really wanted to defeat me, if he really wanted to impede my progress, he should have just stayed there, because I can't hurt him when he's hanging on the ceiling with his wings covering himself, and I can't duck, so there would be no way for me to jump up here without getting hurt. Welcome to the stream. Well, thank you. Thank you for welcoming me to my own stream. Three. Oh yeah, I forgot this is the one with 4. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this part's easy when you can count to 4. Almost did it again. You're kidding me. Give me those bolts. Hey, look! You hovered in the I hovered in the air that time. Come on. That's pretty bad. That's pretty significant. Wait. Hey, look. We might have been able to make it here anyway. It was close. Dr. Wowie. Do I want to E-tank immediately, or can I take a hit? I think I can take one hit, right?
I recognize that voltage. Let's amp this up. Power up. Speed gear. Speed up.
I use up so much of the... Like, I need to heal. I get so close to overheating whenever I have to use speed gear, though. I thought I had it on already, so I thought I had it off, so I pressed it to turn it on, but I had it on already, and I turned it off. Okay. I can't hit him. He's so fast. Look at that. I thought that was going high enough. Speed gear. Spare me. Okay, I'm going to turn around before turning speed gear off, because it seems like the time it takes me to turn around is enough time to have him zip away. Okay, so if I'm like directly below him, if I'm directly below him, the walking speed is enough to dodge. Almost overheating. Okay, he's pretty low. Wonder if we could activate the if we press the big red button and use both gears at once. But you can only use that once per episode. Well, I'm using it. Wait, do I still have it on? Wait, how do you use both again? How do you turn both on? I thought you pressed both of them at once. Maybe you have to hold them down. Let's not overheat then. Well, I probably was going to... This is why I don't like... This is why I rarely use things in games that would give you, like, a really big offensive boost, but make it a detriment to your defense. You know, like super moves or whatever. Because if you get used enough, if you're familiar with your abilities and limitations that you normally have, you would be able to beat them with just that. But then when you try to do something risky like this, and I don't know how to pull it off correctly, I wind up getting hurt when I could have just finished him off otherwise. Like before, when I was playing Dead Cells, I was talking about that boss in Nier Automata when you're playing as A2, and they introduced to you this berserk mechanic. At the same time, you're fighting this really tough boss. And so I'm not going to learn how to... I'm not going to try to learn this mechanic when I have this giant boss beating me up every time I try to use it. You know what I mean? I'd rather learn how to use it in a less dangerous area, so then I can be confident when I use it in a boss fight. So I can't really do anything right now, 'cause it's kind of tanking this. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we can view the double gear explanation system again. Or the double gear system explanation again. Scanning. I don't know what you would call that chart, but you see the chart near the bottom? It's kind of like, you know what it's for. Like you have different attributes in each corner of the shape. And the more it, and the closer it is to the edge, the more it has in that particular ability. I don't know what you would call that kind of graph, but the reason why I was bringing it up is because I was wondering if the developers actually had something in mind when making it, or if they just made it random. Because it's different for each weapon. Oh yeah. How do you use it? Holding both at once. Maybe they don't let you do it in this. Anyways. How much,
Ah, Mega Man! I've made a breakthrough! I can now create new items for you.
Okay, Mega. What'll it be?
Yo, Mega! Can I interest you in some...
do I want this instead of that? The slidey surfaces didn't seem that dangerous to me. Even if it's on superhero mode difficulty, it doesn't make the ice any more slippery.
Okay, Mega.
Yo, Mega!
Okay,
Yo, Mega!
What'll it be?
Yo, Mega! Can I interest you in some parts?
Oh yeah, can I do the tutorial again? I don't think so. It's kind of weird. Save our data, since last time thought it was saying that I spent 23 hours in that file. No, it's just using military time, I think. Is it? Yeah, military time. The star, I'm assuming, means I've beaten it. Is there really no way to view the tutorial again? Does anyone know how you activate both gears at once to do the whole big risk-reward thing?
Okay, Mega. What'll it be?
Yo, Mega!
No, Mega.
Interest you in some parts?
Since I was able to do Tundra Man just fine before... Where's Frostman? Tundra Man? He's right here. I think I'm doing him next. Because I did him next in my normal playthrough, because he's weak to Fuse Man. I'm just debating if I want to buy the spike boots first,
Yo, Mega!
to not slip around on the ice so much. The reason why I'm thinking about not getting it is because if I beat his stage just fine without this, then that's 300 bolts I saved for something else. Like this, that's helpful in every stage, you know what I mean?
Sure this is what you want, buddy?
Yes.
And there you have it! Part complete!
And let's put on the, what's this again? I actually should have gotten that instead. That's what I was... Can I load? Wait, I don't want to save. Load. Yes. So yeah, let's buy the,
Welcome back, Mega Man.
Okay, Mega. What'll it be?
Yo, Mega! Can I interest you in... Sure this is what you want, buddy?
Yes! I'm sure. Me loading to buy something else is only going to justify in his mind asking me, are you sure this is what you want, buddy? Every time I want to buy something. Same goes for roll.
And there you have it!
And there you have it. Yes, equip it. Why would I want to not equip that?
What'll it be? Are you sure?
Ta-da!
All ready. Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready.
Might as well, since I only have 40,
Are you sure?
might as well use up as much as possible.
Good luck.
Fishman. There's a mermaid woman in Mega Man 9. Spider enemies. There's some spider enemies in Acid Man stage, and Torchman stage. You'll see them soon. Because I'll do Torchman after Tundra Man. No. No, what? Oh, in the X series. Ooh, listen to that soundtrack. I'm a lot more familiar with the original, like Mega Man 1 through 10. I don't know if you count 9 and 10. But I've not played many of the X games, so I don't know a lot of the characters. Is that one of the characters? Yeah, that's what I was assuming. Which one of those is Spider a playable character? Because I only know about X, you know, Mega Man X, Zero, and Axel in terms of playable characters in the series. Which one is that from? Oh boy. Oh yeah, I need to figure out. I need to figure out how to use... Okay. So I'm holding both at once. That didn't do it. Supaida. Mega Man X Command Mission. Command Mission? Is that one of the spin-offs? There's so many Mega Man games. Supaida. Nice copy pasta skills, by the way. How do I activate this? I saw them both spin for a moment. Wait, I saw it? How did I do that? Why is this perplexing me? Well, thanks for the science lesson. I wish I paid more attention in the tutorial. No, you're not. I need to figure this out before I get into a room of enemies when I need it. What if I go to controls? Power gear, speed gear. Rapid shot. Wait, you can assign a rapid shot button? Like, you can hold it down. Slide button. Yeah, see, they don't have it listed in here because it's not just a single button. You have to do several things at once. I have an idea. Well, I can't do it right now because I'd have to leave the stage. My idea was to leave this file, start a new file just to see the tutorial, and then load the actual file again. But I'd have to leave, so... Yeah. Huh. And that is not hitting me. Yeah, I think that since upgrading the drivers, this game is running a lot better because I don't know why, but these guys feel a lot faster than normal. Are they going to stick around me, like right there? Why did I think that would work? How many bolts do I have? 60. Just trying to get a feel for the rate of, you know, acquisition. It's the windy part. Brr. Did you ever watch a show? It wasn't very long-lived. I think it was on Nickelodeon. But it was called My Life as a Teenage Robot. It had like a very unique, like, golden age sci-fi art style to it. Like, used a lot of like classic animation techniques, like classic Mickey Mouse style animation techniques, mixed with like a golden age sci-fi aesthetic to it. You're really going to do me like that, game? And there's absolutely no reason to go over there anymore. Unless he drops something. Nope, just bolts. Not worth it. If it was health, then maybe we can talk. Can I dodge any of these? Slip underneath. It's a Zaku! Almost landed on that vacuum cleaner. Woo-hoo-hoo. Huh. Okay. Whoa, it's getting chilly. What's the point of doing... Wait. Why could I not make that jump? Does using speed gear slow down the wind and decrease the effect the wind has on you? I'm like, okay, I'm going to try that here. It's like... It does! Changes things up. Thought he wasn't aggroed for a moment. Okay, that was not a great start. Can't hit that yet. The speed gear is good here, you know, so that you can manage the wind a bit better, but, it's probably better just to wait that spot out. Maybe if you're, like, speedrunning or something and you just want to kill it as fast as possible, but practically, no thanks. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Oh, I missed. How many cycles will this take? There. You can see here the development of the wheel into a slightly larger wheel. First one, oh, I can't go back, but the one with the square in the middle kind of looks more like one of those yen coins. Oh, that part's so evil. Yeah, I think having the upgraded speed gear here is way more useful than having better traction on the ice. Wait, do I want to be able to walk on him? No. Where's the wind? Okay, there it is. Which way is it coming from? It's slowed down. If it's I can't jump across even if it's slowed down. It's close. Huh, huh, huh. Before I fight the boss, I'm going to look up how to activate the double gear system. Double gear. Double gearu. There's probably nothing written. I probably can't just Google how to... Probably can't just Google how to activate it, since you could literally look at the tutorial whenever you're not in the middle of a stage. So, yeah, I'll just beat this boss without it, and then check the tutorial after this. I have 5 lives, so I shouldn't be good. Those fossils are so, like... Those fossils are so hyper-realistic compared to everything else. It's a bit jarring. How many bolts do I have? 520 big ones. Okay, let's not have these things respawn. Because if we fall down, they will respawn. It's kind of weird how the alternate routes that would normally lead you to some sort of consumable are now completely pointless because they're harder to get through, which was justified before because you would get something for going through it, but now it's just a more difficult but completely pointless optional route. Okay, it's not blowing yet. That part's such a clincher. Okay, here we are.
It's showtime.
Indeedy.
You want to dance? Feel freeze.
Okay, when should I be using his weakness? Because he has... Even if you use his weakness, if he has his shield up, if he has his wind shield up, it's not going to do anything.
Freeze.
Hit me! Oh, poof, he comes back around. Don't blink. Don't blink, chat. Can I not hurt him here? I can. Oh, he ran back into it. So now we have the most overpowered weapon in the game. When using power gear, at least. See, look at the graph. Look at the graph in the bottom. See the hexagonal graph? It's different than with Fuse Man's. So I don't know if they were just trying to make it look like, because obviously the words there are just gibberish, like some sort of made-up language. But I'm wondering if they actually had something in mind when making these. Like if they actually had different attributes in mind assigned to different points on the hexagon. Yeah, this is the most overpowered weapon in the game. I mean, it's pretty okay default, but powered up, it hits everything on the screen. It does have quite a bit of a cooldown, though, and it does use a lot of energy. Yeah, we can do Torchman now. Oh yeah, wait, first of all. Well, okay, let's buy something.
Mega Man, I've made a breakthrough.
I can now create new items for you.
Okay, Mega, what'll it be?
Oh, I never used that.
What'll it be?
I forgot to use that on my normal playthrough. Tacos.
Yo, Mega.
Yo, Mega.
You and some parts?
Want that.
Sure this is what you want, buddy? And there you have it.
See, I'm glad I did not spend 300 bolts on those cleats now. Because I could buy this instead. You know, I still have some money left over to top off my lean.
Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready.
It's kind of a minor complaint. They really need to update the game so that, buy the boots, it's pointless now because I'm not going to, it's just useful in Tundra Man stage, so there's no reason to buy it now.
Okay, Mega.
Now it's just like an even bigger waste of money. Unless I'm just trying to show off. Lighting my cigar with a lit $100 bill. This is a minor complaint, but still a complaint nonetheless.
Sure?
I wish that when you selected this, you could set the default option to be on sure, so that you could spam, so I could spam the A button. It feels weird calling the bottom button A button, because I don't use Xbox. Like, I use Nintendo consoles, I've never had an Xbox, so it's like, Xbox controllers reversed. A is B and B is A, and X is Y and Y is X, but... See, I can't just mash the button to stock up on these things, because I have to listen to Roll question my life choices, and manually move it over. Ta-da!
Good luck out there, Mega.
So save. I wrecked Torchman in normal with Tundra Man's weapon. It wasn't even really a fight, but anyways, so we're exiting here. And we're going to look at the tutorial. I already saved. I think. Let's not accidentally say no. Double gear. No, but it'll ask the next part, right? Double gear technique, yes. Okay, so it only works when you're low on life energy. Oh, okay, so it only works when you're low on health. Was I not considered low on health when I tried it on Fuse Man? Okay, so I had it right. I just have to be lower on health. It has to be, is that four bars? Okay, so yeah, that answers my question. Let's get out of here. I did not mean to hit save! Load. So it looks like we're pretty much going in the same order as last time to capitalize on their weaknesses. As much as I would love to get Impact Man first. We're doing Torch Man now. Still think that stance is so weird. I still really like that it's a very minor touch. Ooh. Soundtrack. It's a very minor touch, but I really like that the flames are 2D. It makes sense, though. Animating 3D flames sounds like a nightmare. But I think it really adds to the whole cartoony art style. You know, considering fire is not something you can, like, typically touch. It's not like a physical object. I mean, I know it's still physics. You know what I mean. And I missed it. I think out of all of the levels in this game, though, this is probably my least favorite level. Not that it's bad. It's just very simple. The level design is very basic compared to the other levels. The whole gimmick of this stage is that you're being chased by a giant forest fire, you know? So it's kind of like a speedrun, like an auto-scroller type thing. But other than that, it's just walk from left to right. Buy the boots. Okay, now I have to buy the boots. I just can't wait to waste 300 big ones on some boots I don't need. As far as I know, it's literally just for Tundra Man stage. There might be some sort of hidden, like, secret other use for it. The fire doesn't go across the screen fast enough to really make it a big deal. So long as you're not slacking, you can get across. I kind of wish they sped it up in superhero mode. I did not mean... Oh, I shouldn't have destroyed. Okay, wait, I can still see the ground with my... Oh boy, he's on that platform. I can still see the ground with my Mega Buster. Oh, don't kill him. I want him alive. Oh yeah, that bush is shaking because Flaming Turkey jumps out. Yeah, speaking of turkey, fall break is this Monday and Tuesday. Oh yeah, I forgot Tundra Man. I was like, I don't remember the fight taking this long before. That's because I just nuked him with this. It's close. Does that not hurt him? There. That's the easiest mid-boss in the whole game. I have a sneaking suspicion this was the first level they created. It would make sense that the first level you create would be the most basic, and then the level designs would get more complex and sophisticated as you design more. I finally know, I knew those things, I knew that these little kettle tanks were reminding me of something, and I finally remember, well, I mean, I knew this before, but I wasn't making the connection. They remind me of the tanks in Dragon Quest It was a spin-off Dragon Quest game for the DS called Rocket Slime. Quite a hidden gem. If you ever have the opportunity to get that game, I would do it. Very unique. Oh, I overheated. After I was complaining about it not going fast enough. That's because I wasn't try-harding. How far away am I? Tacos. There's a trick. I learned something. So in addition to the Blast Man's weapon being usable on environmental things, I mean, in addition to Torchman's ability having a use on the environment in Blast Man's stage, because you can hit the explosives and prematurely detonate them yourself. There are other weapon abilities in this game that have an environmental effect. And I guess I can show it off here. I didn't really feel like I would need this, though. You can freeze the fire. I don't know if it stays frozen. Is it safe? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. When you have a gear active and a weapon, and you want to either turn off the gear or switch to a different weapon, it's like you have to sort in your brain which thing turns off the gear and which thing turns off the weapon. Okay, I don't need to get that hurt for these bolts. These are the spiders I was talking about, by the way. Oh my gosh. I've never had that much trouble in this room before. Whoa. Dang it. Oh yeah, isn't there also a thing you can get that reduces knockback? I don't think that's available for purchase yet, though. One last carrot. Oh, I wonder if I could light the place up. I can. Oh, I just realized this weapon is so good against these guys. Now, I finally have a way of exterminating them. I was like, if you can freeze the fire, I bet you could light the place up. And look, it stays on there, so I essentially made a torch. Hey, no, Rush, you betrayed me. Is there any way to get on there without using Rush? Yeah, technically. Hold on. Am I dying in one hit? I think so. Let's not risk it. Stay back. Damage boosting! I forgot. We must be pretty close to the end. I used all of its energy? Okay, well, I'm dead here. Maybe not. I forgot. I did not... Oh, dang. Even if I die... Even if I die... and respawn, I'm not getting this energy back. And I don't have anything to refill it with. Wait, I can use that, though. That could potentially be energy. Oh, boy. If I don't have Tundra Man's weapon, this boss is definitely going to be a lot more challenging. Oh boy, oh boy. Here we are. That last enemy placement's so mean. Yeah, we have no energy. Wait, Eddie, please. Wait! Ugh! Okay, there. Didn't realize he gives so much. What the heck? Okay, so we have some energy now. Let's not waste it. Tundra is bottom right.
Perhaps you will be a challenge. Torch Jutsu, the flaming fist.
Burning finger! Finger! Okay, he just roundhouse kicked me into the wall. Let's not, okay, let's not wait to use this. And that's all the energy. I can use one of these. Maybe I should have saved it for his power gear. This AoE is so huge. God, I was overheated. Okay. His angles are a lot more difficult. Killed me? His angles are a lot more difficult to predict than some of the other bosses, I think. A lot of diagonals and weird curves. Okay. And I have no energy, so I have to fight him for reals.
Let the combat commence.
Wait, all the robots had some sort of use, had some sort of, like, use for humanity before they were reprogrammed. What was Torchman used for? Obviously not burning forests. Maybe he was, like, maybe he had to... What would use fire, like what sort of, like, thing in society would use fire? We're outside. Maybe he helped with... Yeah, that was a... Okay. He could probably one-shot me here. Too close to the wall here. I need some room. Need some breathing space, man. Mega Man, why can't you duck? He's kind of low. I could probably take one hit before having to do that. Can I hurt him during this? And that has pretty much no use here. Okay, our last E-Tank. Our last slurp of lean. I can't jump over that? Why can I not hurt him? I overheated him. Shine! Okay. I guess that was karma for beating him so quickly the first time. I cheesed him hard on normal. I cheesed him big time. He never even got to use his power gear. I killed him before he used his power gear. Yeah, he got his revenge. See, look, a different graph again. Doesn't the top of the head look like Mazinger Z? Hiya! So, Blast Man next. Let me buy first.
Back, Mega Man. If you have any...
Okay, Mega.
Might need some of that.
Yo, Mega, can I interest you in some parts?
Can I not get the anti-knockback thing yet? I've never really found the recoil to be that bad. Maybe we should just stock up on consumables then. I think that's really weird. Have something auto-charge the Mega Buster. Oh wait, there's a third page. I forgot about that. Yeah, let's get that.
What you want, buddy? And there you have it.
Oh, it's supposed to look like a fan, but the top part of it makes it look like it's a dryer. I need to figure out what this is eventually. What the super secret special surprise is.
Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure?
Yes.
Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da! All right. Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready. Good luck,
3,
Mega.
4.
Are you sure?
Let's get some of these.
Ta-da! All right. Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready. Good luck out there, Mega.
And save. Even though if I'm going in order in terms of weapon weaknesses, it would be Blast Man, then Block Man, then Acid Man, then Impact Man. Blast Man doesn't make Block Man... Like I said before, Block Man isn't as susceptible to his own weakness as the other Robot Masters are. It's not as significant when you have his weakness, I feel like. So I could do Block Man next, and then Acid Man after that, and then Impact Man. So we're essentially skipping Blast Man for now to get the Impact Driver sooner, but... I don't know. I could just go straight for Block Man, then Impact Man. Yeah, let's do the weaknesses still. Is he wearing headphones? Looks like that. So yeah, I can... I don't want to waste my weapon energy, though, playing around on the stage, only to have run out of its energy by the time I need it to hit the boss. So I'm not going to use my Torchman ability until the end here. Feel the explosion. Okay. Phew. What am I doing here? Well, that was fast. What the heck? I know before there was some sort of consumable in the top right. That made it a lot more evident what you're supposed to do. I should have just walked over there. It's kind of ironic that skipping the consumable is actually makes the pattern a bit more difficult to immediately discern. Huh. Almost jumped into that. Quick draw. Cross counter. Pick me up. I think they should still put something here. It just seems weird to completely disregard portions of your level design to remove pickups. Like, they could put bolts here instead. And it would still be difficult because you're not getting the health or the energy, you know? But you could still get something for it. It's not completely making parts... It's not making entire parts of the level design irrelevant. What? I don't know what hit me. I was watching the bus explode. Stay back. That was bizarre. Just stood still for a bit. Okay. I actually need to E-tank here. Pretty sure I get hurt here. It's like sliding helped me a bit. Let's try Tundra Storm here. We won't need it anywhere else. Okay, let's get in the middle. Okay, I need to time that better. What the heck? Yeah, that could have been done a lot more smoothly. I think I got hit by it. I think I got hit by something every time it came around. Avoid the insta-death spikes. It doesn't do anything different. Insta-death spikes make even the easiest areas super tense. Okay, so I need to slide under that. Thing at the bottom put me in a weird spot. Oh, yes. That a boss? The thing I just beat? No, that's... I guess that's technically still a regular enemy. The mid-boss. I just did the mid-boss. The mid-boss is these It's these two roller coasters that bump into each other. It's hard to describe. These roller coasters that, it's like a ring in the room. And the roller coasters can go around, but there are two of them, so when they run into each other, they bump into each other. And you can get smashed in between them. Let's go ahead and... I really need to... save that. If I drop down, can I hug the left and live? Oh, I'm out of that too. Oh, no, I'm not. Well, that just made the explosive disappear. Are you awake? Last I checked. But that's something a dreaming person would say. So how can you trust me? Almost overheated. Oh, he can still hit me there. That was close. I looked away for one moment. One little stray shot after the thing was dead. That was so avoidable. I should have just stayed topped off. An E-take. I didn't realize they could one-shot me. Here's the tricky spot. Okay, that was weird. Oh, we jumped over it. Okay, let's very conservatively use a little bit of our Torchman energy. We still have a bit of this. Huh. Stay back. Sometimes it's hard to tell if the explosion still has a hitbox, if it's kind of dying out. Oh, crud. I can't wait to see some of the cosplays. Like the Robot Masters and stuff. I might as well use the last shot of that. Torchman ability would be pretty good here, actually. So that goes for this. Then I can let it recharge, right? Because it doesn't keep going. Oh, it does! That was close. think thematically, out of all the levels, this is the strongest one. Yeah, we made it here pretty easily. I don't know if I should save this energy, though, because things get pretty hectic.
What's wrong? Don't be a dud. Power gear.
You time it right, you can, like, cancel all of his stuff. Ow. And I'm out of energy. Let's, yeah, let's chug this. Overheated. There should be an item that you can drink, like a consumable item you can drink that would, refresh your heat. Like, cool you down. Like some sort of cool, like, they could call it like a coolant or something. You drink it, your heat gauge goes down. Live by the explosions, die by explosions. I don't think that they were... now that I see the graph on this, I don't think they had anything specific in mind when designing them. Because if they had specific things in mind, one of those things would obviously be speed, right? And if that's the case, this is like the slowest... This is undoubtedly a super slow weapon ability compared to the other things. So one of those corners in the graph would be really poor looking. Like, power would be really high, but speed would be really low. The graph made it look like it was all around.
Doctor, is something wrong?
The double gear system.
Okay, well, nice talk. Block Bay next. Block Boy. Well, I didn't buy anything, did I? How many bolts do I have? Let's go buy stuff. I didn't save either.
It's so good to see you safe.
Okay, Mega.
Yo, Mega! Can I interest you in some parts?
They're not selling the anti-knockback stuff yet.
Okay, Mega. What'll it be?
I used one of these.
Ta-da! All ready. Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready. Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready. Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da!
Okay, that's good.
Are you sure? Ta-da!
Ta-da! Between them making the demo Blockman stage and him having pretty much all the dialogue representing the Robot Masters in the opening cutscene. They really gave, I mean, not that it's like a big part or anything, but in terms of the roles in a Mega Man game, not the character role, like role as in parts, like part to play. Blockman definitely got to hog a lot of the spotlight. What happens if... I don't need to try that. I can just jump over him. It's going to shoot my, It's going to shoot the Torchman fire through the floor and see if it could bypass the wheel. I don't need to waste energy, though. What? You got the last laugh. Okay. That did not hit. How did... Oh, I guess he was spinning. Yeah, I can't hit him when he's spinning. Nice. Let's leave him be. Heck. Whoa. Is it an auto death if that lands on you? Because I've been assuming that to be the truth. Nope. Why? Maybe the best thing to do is to bait out the attack and just jump over. Part's so annoying. I could be utilizing Rush a bit more. Get that bolt. And that bolt. They keep coming. What? Hitboxes. I was cheated. go. When I was falling and I saw him coming across, I knew I was not going to be good. What are these devices on the platforms for? Let's drink some of this. I was safe. I think this boss fight particularly... This boss fight in particular makes it apparent that D-pads are better for side-scrollers than analogs. Because with how you're on a conveyor belt, you know, so you need to move a little bit at a time to stay in a safe spot. When it comes to an analog, you don't know necessarily how far you need to push it to just move for a little bit. Whereas with a D-pad, you know, if you press the D-pad, like, when it's pressed, you will move. And when you're not pressing it, you will stop moving. But here, it's like... There's a little bit of range in which I can move the analog without actually moving Mega Man. It's small, but still noticeable. See that? But because your movement left and right isn't pressure sensitive, you just push it all the way to the right when you want to move right, or push it all the way left when you want to move left. But with this boss fight, it very much highlights that trying to make very precise movements very much better with a D-pad. Evil Eddie has no purpose in superhero mode. Superhero mode is no place for villains. I still, like I said, I think he should still have a bolt or something so as not to completely make parts of the level design irrelevant like that. Or something. Oof. Okay, so you can jump in the air and avoid the tremors. But yeah, I have Rush Hoverboard. I skipped the cutscene, so I forgot. Can I make that jump? Yeah. Okay, let's hoverboard this. I don't know, a big brick might drop on my head, though. Come on. I think we can definitely say Blockman has the biggest ego out of all the robot masters. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Here we are. Does he take extra damage from Blast Man? Or is it just that it's useful during his golem fight?
Good job getting here. You're just another brick in the wall. Speed gear. Speed up. Speed gear. Speed up.
Ooh, that was close.
Speed gear. Speed up. Speed gear. Speed up. Speed gear. Speed up.
Almost overheated.
Speed gear.
Oh, shot the wrong way.
Speed up.
Yeah, someone texted me. Might be my brother. Never mind then. Where was I? Okay, Blast Man time. I think it's pretty cool that Blockman, his whole body pretty much transforms into the head of the golem, and the rest of it gets constructed. Oh yeah. Oh, he gets... I didn't realize his HP bar gets refilled. That's like plot twist. Did I get caught in my own explosion? Did a lot of damage. Okay, let's stay topped off. Slap. Slapped me into the ground.
Solid job getting here. You're a few bricks short of a load.
He's just going to walk up to me, okay.
Hit the bricks. Speed gear.
Gonna hit way too much in this first part.
Speed up. Speed gear.
I think I'm overestimating him, and that's making me do stupid stuff.
Power gear. Speed up. Speed gear. Full power. Speed up. Speed gear. Speed up. Speed gear. Take this. Speed up.
What? Yeah, I wish I had a D-pad for some of these precise movements.
Speed up. Hell, mortar fire.
Dead Cells was fine because it never really required super precise platforming. It was more of a brawler than a platformer. I mean, obviously it's a platformer, but it didn't really have any demanding. The platforming never really got demanding. The difficulty came from the fighting. That was not what I meant to do. Rush, get out of here. It's for your own good. Why do I keep mispredicting where that's going? He might one-shot me here. Okay. Wait, it latched onto the brick. For the punch, I can go under the punch. The slap, you have to be far away for. Be far away from it. He's definitely, yeah, because he's a robot. There's a robot master called Hardman. And, that's the end of the sentence. He is called Hardman. And there's no shortage of jokes. Wait! Is he jumping into it? No. Thinking of putting the some Hardman clips from the cartoon into some of the videos when I put this on YouTube. Theoretically, I could just... Okay. Screw theory. Get bricked. Okay, block dropper. Way more useful than Blast Man or Torchman's weapon. Way more useful than Blast Man's or Torchman's weapons combined. They're very situational. Block dropper is good in many situations. Now Acid Man.
It's so good
Stock
to
up.
see you safe.
Okay, Mega. What'll it be?
Yo, Mega, can I interest you in some parts?
When does the anti-knockback unlock?
Okay, Mega. What'll it be?
What the heck? Using this when your cages are full will change all weak on-screen enemies into 1-ups. What if... You know those spiders that split into a bunch of little spiders when you shoot them? Do you get a 1-up for each of those? You would cap out. To make that useful, you would need to increase your cap with that.
Okay, Mega. What'll it be? Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da! All right. Are you sure?
Seems like keeping 5 lives is pretty safe.
Are you sure? Ta-da! Already. Good luck out there, Mega.
I need to make sure I have extra weapon tanks for after Acid Man when I do Impact Man, because Acid Man is so useful on that stage. I saved, right? Let's do it a second time just to make sure. Oh, I mean, it shows Blockman defeated, so yeah. $84. That's the spider I was talking about. Like, if he splits, would all of them turn into 1-ups? I find that hard to believe. Hey, great start, everyone. Great start. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Could you electrocute the water? No. They melt in there anyway. That's a lot of bolts in the... That was probably not worth it. Need to save that. I need to save the block dropper energy. It's weird. Why would it lock onto that? Oh, is there no way to get across that then? Without using rush? This is not a good start. That did not kill him. What the heck? Now I need to go get that bolt. Oh, there's a bolt down there I missed too. Monkey in the middle. Down we go. I still find this very morbid for this game. Imagine if AI robots do eventually... imagine if AI robots do eventually get made that are integrated into human society, like human-like AI. Imagine if human-like AI is eventually built and integrated into human society. You know, and they're given, like, full human rights. Imagine how they're going to look back on things like this game and seeing, like, all these dead robot bodies. And, because, you know, it's justified, like, oh, it's not a real dead body, it's just a robot. But they're going to look back on this and see it as much more morbid than people see it as now. It's kind of funny. Because they're going to think, like, oh, children played that? Oh boy. Can this touch the spider? Yes. Actually, I need to use rush more. Is that going to hit me? Oh, I thought I could move up. I thought I could land on that after gliding across. What the heck? That's where I should have used rush. Them adding acid to the liquid to make it more dangerous, or them adding stuff to the liquid to make it have a different effect on the player. It reminds me of, which is funny because Shovel Knight was obviously inspired after classic Mega Man games, but it reminds me of the lava level in Shovel Knight. But I think Shovel Knight did it better, because in Shovel Knight, it's a lava level, right? So there's lava on the ground, and obviously you can't touch the lava because it kills you. But there are these things later in the level, if they add this green drop, like this green drop of stuff into the lava, it becomes like bouncy rubber. You can bounce on it. So it changes from something that would kill you to something that is necessary to bounce on to proceed through the level. That was my favorite level. I think that was the most well-designed level in Shovel Knight. Or the base game, Shovel Knight. Like, Shovel of Hope, Shovel Knight, where you play as Shovel Knight. Soramaro! Hey, yo. Hello there. How are you doing? This is my... So I played through the game and beat the game on normal mode on Wednesday, so now I'm playing through superhero mode. It's definitely more difficult. How about you? I'm doing quite fine. Pretty busy, you know, with assignments and everything, but still good. Like, I don't mean busy as a negative thing, because busy's not bad if you're being productive with it. Okay, this part, I need to... Nice. Yeah, I recommend this game. It's pretty fun. I mean, it's exactly what Mega Man's all about, you know? The game sought to, you know, put Mega Man in a modern context. Like, take classic Mega Man, take what made classic Mega Man great and make a modern game with it, and that's what they did. I forgot what's good here. Do I really want to use this up right now? That boss is a joke with Block Dropper. I know I was talking about it a little bit with you before, but have you seen much of this game yet? Listen to that squeak. Squeaky clean. Is it just me? Ugh! Or do you agree that seeing these dead robot bodies float through the liquid is extremely morbid for this game? Like, considering the... Not too much, really. Yeah, this is Acid Man. I don't know if I've said this already, but this is Acid Man stage. Yeah, see, you agree. Like, the first time I saw that, I was like, geez. We're going all in. This game just got E10 plus. Oh, let's not waste that. Is this game E10? I thought it was... Pretty sure it's E. I almost fell down there. Huh. And I think I wasted the last bit of that energy. Yes, I did. Rush! Take me away! Huh! It's a weird spot. That fire move. The fire move definitely is pretty cool. It's one of the more situational. It's one of the more... It's a very situational. In fact, I would say it's the most situational power out of all of them, just because the only real reason you would use it is because it has such a unique angle. That sometimes... Because, you know, most of the difficulty from Mega Man comes from the enemy placement. And so having an array of options to hit enemies at different angles is useful, but some would be more useful than others. So yeah, the torch is very much situational if you have, like, the right angle. I would say this is the strongest because it destroys everything on the screen if it's powered up. So yeah, I would say Thunderstorm's the strongest, then Block Dropper because it just drops a whole bunch of stuff straight down. Which, I'm saving energy on that since the boss here is weak to it. This is probably the one you use the least. Not because it's the most situational, but just because it's so slow. I The ability we get from Acid Man here, though, is going to be very useful on Impact Man stage, which you will see soon. Okay, also, don't these little guys look like the mascots for Scrubbing Bubbles? You know, the... Like, I guess they're supposed to be anthropomorphized suds. But instead of just being a bubble with a face, they're a bubble with a brush on the underside. They do. This part's very tense. Even the easiest of parts become the tensest of parts when you add permadeath spikes. Well, insta-death spikes. Also, if you've noticed with all the dead robot bodies and the compacted trash cubes, I'm assuming that Acid Man, before he was reprogrammed, was in charge of taking care of this factory that used a lot of chemicals, a lot of dangerous chemicals to recycle things that normally wouldn't be that easily recyclable. Oh, that was close. I might need to... I might want to drink this just for rush. Huh. Okay, ugh. What's weird, though, is that the insta-death spikes aren't more difficult in superhero mode, because, I mean, insta-death is insta-death either way. It was bad. iframes, save me! I kind of want to use an E-Tank here, but I don't want to use an E-Tank if I'm about to, you know, self-destruct on these spikes. Are you kidding me? Bumped my head. Can I... Oh. Game! Oh my... Game, why? Okay. Finally. This is the last... No, it's not the last throne. Now I can sip that lean. Forgot they do that. Or spikes. Oh boy. Hey, I reacted fast enough this time. Oh yeah, also about the torch weapon. I don't know, it's not a very popular anime, but it's by Go Nagai, who made Devilman and Cyborg 009, but where is it? Doesn't his head here? His head looks like the head of a robot. It looks like the head of a mech Mazinger Z. From Mazinger Z. Oh, I said Mazinger Z. It's not very popular. It's by Go Nagai, who made Devilman and Cutie Honey. But, like, the way that it's spherical in the middle and raised on the sides kind of looks like Mazinger Z. Yeah, Go Nagai, his stuff's really popular in Japan, but like, Devilman Crybaby kind of put him in some more spotlight in the West. But his other stuff's still pretty obscure. Okay, we're here. Okay, watch how significant the weaknesses are in this game.
Welcome to my chemical paradise. I'll melt you to the last bolt. Yes!
Oh yeah, by the way, also I have the instrumental music DLC because I technically pre-ordered the game. And so in the stage, it was playing the DLC instrumental soundtrack. Normally, it's a lot more techno, like the boss fight here. The boss fight's the same in the DLC and without the DLC. Yeah, I think pre-ordering's a pretty bad business practice, at least if you pre-order before a game goes gold. Because if everybody pre-orders a game before they're done, like if they have a certain amount of sales they need to meet, or a certain amount of sales they're predicting, and they get all the money before the game's even done, then you just destroyed their incentive to finish the game. So then they're just like, okay, let's just wrap it up and send it out before finishing it. So yeah, I pre-ordered the game a few days before it officially released on Steam, just to avoid that. But yeah, that's my advice to consumers, is if you want to pre-order a game to get the pre-order bonuses, wait till after the game goes gold. And if you don't know what game going gold means, like, I know you probably do, but just if anyone watching, game going gold basically means that the game is complete and they are now packaging the game for, you know, worldwide shipment. The block dropper makes this boss fight laughably easy. Awkward pause. The acid barrier here is a lot like the leaf shield. So this is off topic, but you just saw Killer Queen as your coming up game. Is that an arcade game? So yeah, technically Killer Queen is an arcade game, and the reason why it doesn't have much recognition online, at least, is because the Killer Queen arcades are reserved for barcades, like bars that have arcade games. So it's popular amongst the bar scene, but they are making Killer Queen Black, which is a home console version, but it's coming to Steam and Switch. It's coming to Steam and Switch. Just those two consoles for now. Well, Steam, not console. It's coming. Steam and Switch are the two platforms it's currently announced for. And I'm signed up for the closed beta. Wave 2 of the beta is out right now. They are opening up the beta to people in increments of 500. So the first 500 people that signed up got to start playing a few days ago. And then I think just earlier today they released Wave 1, or Wave 2, so the next 500 people that signed up can now play. It's like a first come, first served basis. But I am technically signed up for the closed beta, so sometime this month I will be able to play it. I think that'll be pretty exciting. Impact Man next. I love all the designs of these Robot Masters, so it's hard to pick a favorite, because they're all 10 out of 10. Both aesthetically and thematically, they're all great. But I would say personally my favorites would be, it's hard to pick between Impact Man or Tundra Man. I hate having to pick some because then it would exclude the others though. You have a barcade there, and they, oh really? Have you played it? I'm jealous. I'm 20, so I can't really like go into I mean, I know some bars allow minors to go in, but there's no real point if you can't drink. Yeah? Oh boy. So yeah, I can't wait to play it. Or play Killer Queen Black. They changed the players from 5v5 to 4v4 because they said that it makes a lot more sense on a home console, you know, like Switch, which I agree with. That's one of the changes. So Impact Man. Da-da-da-da-da-da! Da-da-da! Da-da-da! Meow-meow-meow-meow! This stage is very difficult without Acid Barrier. Ready. But yeah, Killer Queen has a Discord channel, and they have a room in the channel for the beta, and all these people are talking about playing the beta. They're making me jealous. 3 workers and a queen. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense because, I mean, well, first of all, can the Switch have 5 players at once? I guess it technically can, since they do like 8-player Smash and stuff. But 4 people sitting down on a couch makes a lot more sense. Plus, 5v5 would get very chaotic, especially since they're adding new weapon gates. Like, there's a Buster Sword and a flail. Okay, this is where Acid... I just remembered, I forgot to buy stuff. I definitely need to go buy stuff here, because I'm going to be chugging that weapon juice.
It's so good to see you safe. Try combining upgrade parts to turn the back.
Wait, combining upgrade parts? You mean buying them?
Can I interest you in some parts?
Yeah, let's definitely get some more of this. Yes, I'm sure.
Already. Good luck out there, Mega.
Yeah, it's just for the black version. Killer Queen Black is the Steam and Switch version. They're not adding this to the arcades. It's very much made as like, it's a sequel. It's not a port. You know what I mean? By all technicality, it's a different game.
Are you sure? Ta-da! Already. Good luck out there, Mega. Are you sure?
Didn't use that much energy.
Already. Good
That's
luck out there.
good.
Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure?
Yeah, let's get 6 of those.
Already. Good luck out
Yeah.
there, Mega. Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you
How
sure?
did I get so much money?
Are you sure? Ta-da! Already.
I should get one of these
Are you sure? Ta-da! Already.
and forget to use it like I did last time.
Can I interest you in some parts?
Some parts?
Okay, Mega. What'll it be? Are you sure?
Might as well top off here.
Already. Looks like you can't. Are you sure? Ta-da! Already. Looks like you can't carry any more of these.
I'll be the judge of that. I want to make sure we had enough. I wanted to make sure we have enough energy to supply our acid barrier. I would say this is my favorite boss fight out of all of them, because it's just so over the top and crazy. I mean, especially being a fan of... I mean, I guess they're all robots, but being a fan of Mecha, he's very much more robotic looking than android looking. Plus, since he transforms into all sorts of completely impractical, over-the-top things to kill you. I really like the style of the boss fight. Very over the top. Okay. Let's go ahead and... Well, yeah, so you select... So you can select... Obviously, you can select your weapons by pausing, like you normally could. But also, you can use the right analog stick to switch quickly. I discovered on Wednesday that my right analog stick is slightly unresponsive if I push it up or upright. Like if I push, like, so for example, I'm going to push it left. See, switches to that immediately. I'm going to push it bottom right, switches to that immediately. But if I push it up for the acid barrier, see, unresponsive. Which is going to be pretty detrimental if I try to play like an FPS or something. See why this is so important for this stage? All these projectiles coming at you. Huh. What? I meant to jump to the left, but it made me drop down the ladder. Another shield power after rolling shield was so OP in Mega Man X. Was it? I'm a lot more, I've been saying this, I'm a lot more familiar with the, oh, what the heck? With the NES Mega Man games and 9 and 10, like Mega Man 1 through 10, compared to the X series. I've kind of been wanting to get the Mega Man X Legacy Collection, because I want to, you know, play the Mega Man X games, since I never really got into those. I mean, first of all, well, I mean, I had, an SNES was my first console, but it's not like I was able to just go to town. Not figuratively, I mean literally go to town and buy games at the store, because SNES was before my time, even though I was playing it. Because, like, SNESs during that time were cheap, because it was like the couple, like, previous generation, or... Yeah, it was like GameCube time, so like you could probably get SNESs pretty cheap then. My point is that I never really could get into Mega Man X. Like, the SNES games I played because I had them, you know, like F-Zero and Super Mario World. But the Mega Man X Legacy Collection, I was really excited about that game coming out. I was wanting to get it, but I don't know if I want to support the business practices they were practicing with Mega Man X Legacy Collection, because... Well, first of all, for some reason, it's... I guess you could say it's a bad port job, because the latency, like the input lag from buttons, is greater on the Legacy Collection than it is on the original SNES, which is bad, first of all. That's not really a deal breaker for me, though. The deal breaker is that if you buy the physical version, only the first half is on the cartridge, and you have to download the second half. And, like, that's just a slippery slope into making games download only, you know? And I'm going to stake it out for physical copies of games. So, as much as I would like to play the Mega Man X games, that's really the only, like, way to play them right now, aside from emulation. But, as much as I would like to play... Oh man, this spot sucks. The ground is still melted. I don't think it ever goes away. Let's, Anyways, as I was saying, the only real way to play the Mega Man X games is through the Legacy Collection, and I don't know if I'd want to support the whole download part of the game thing. You highly recommend the Legacy Collection, though? Really? I like that they added the mode where you can fight multiple bosses at once. I thought that was pretty cool. My first exposure to Mega Man, though, was the Battle Network anime. They put that on Cartoon Network when it came out. Or maybe not immediately when it came out, but they put it on Cartoon Network when I was still in elementary school. And it came on at a very inconvenient time. I remember it came on at a very inconvenient time for me, so I didn't get to watch it as much as I would like to, but whenever I had the chance to watch it, I would. So my first exposure to Mega Man is actually an anime and not the game. I could not jump there for some reason. I swear I pressed the jump button. Challenge mode is absolutely disgusting. After seeing you go through the Crazy Cup... after seeing you go through the Crazy Cuphead mod, you think I'd enjoy it? Yeah, like, that part does make it very tempting because, you know, you could say, oh, it's a lazy port job. But the fact that they added something like that, I think, shows that they're really, you know, they're making an effort. Plus, like, I just love the absolutely masochistic challenge, so maybe I should do that once I do all the, once I finish this superhero mode in Mega Man 11, and once I do the time attack levels. Maybe if I want some more, maybe I should stream the X Legacy Collection. I might actually do that now that you mention it. No kidding. Because the success of this game, Mega Man 11, is probably going to determine if they make a new Mega Man X game. And so to, you know, basically support that even more and also build the hype playing the X Legacy Collection after this I think would be pretty cool. You got completely murdered in their challenge mode. But you'd have to consider, too, from a gameplay design point, none of those bosses were meant to be fought with another boss in the same room, you know? So I think it's a very unusual, like in a good way, a very unusual thing for an official developer to release. You know what I mean? It seems like more of a fan-made mod to take these two bosses that were intended to be fought separately and just overlay them into the same room together and say good luck. It does not seem like something, you know, that would be officially made, but it is. Feels like very much like a mod thing to me. I don't know if I should top off my health here. Do you have a favorite? I was asking some people before when playing this game, because it's a pretty good question. I think it's a pretty good question. Regarding Mega Man, do you have a favorite Robot Master? My favorite would be Sheep Man from Mega Man 10. After that, it would have to be Guts Man. Just super classic. Okay. I have to try hard here. By try hard, I mean walk headfirst into a crane. Yeah, it is a tough question. Look at these robots stealing our jobs. Are you going to stand for this? That is awful. Oh, block drop would be amazing for this. Lo and behold. That's what they get for stealing our jobs. I don't think Proto Man counts. I wouldn't count Proto Man as a Robot Master. More of like just a character. When I want to do Acid Barrier or the Chain Blast, I have to pause it since, like I said, my right analog stick isn't working. Isn't working when I push it up or up to the right. Speaking of having weapons that hit at specific angles, the shots from this Acid Barrier, they're kind of like a lob shot, which adds to the value of the Acid Barrier. But obviously, first and foremost, it's used defensively. First Mega Man was 3, so you'd have to say Gemini Man or Shadow Man. Nice. Like, there's so many good picks. Okay, plot dropper it is. You can tell some parts were deliberately made to be a lot easier with certain weapons. Why is that still following me? The reason why I like Sheep Man so much, it's more than just one reason. Because, well, first of all, most of the time with Robot Masters, it's immediately apparent what their ability is. You know, for example, Elect Man, or in this case, Fuse Man. Just, ooh, a guy with electric powers, you know? But with Sheep Man, you have to think about it a little bit more, because you think, sheep, what? But then you can think, okay, wool, you know, sheeps have wool, and wool can generate static electricity. You know, so instead of him just having electric powers because, he has electric powers because of him harnessing static electricity, which I think is cool. Also, he's a reference to one of my favorite books, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which is what Blade Runner was based off of. How am I going to beat this guy out? Oh yeah, by the way, is that going to hit me? Answer is yes. By the way, Monday and Tuesday's fall break. Just felt like mentioning that. Because I'm excited. Huh. Breaks, yeah. I mean... It's very welcome. Okay, screw this. Get out of there. One of my minor complaints about this game... Let me end this guy first so I can articulate my thoughts. You get mine towards the end of the month. You're actually taking a vacation for the first time in 3 years with this company. Where are you going? Like, what are you doing with the vacation? Going anywhere? Oh yeah, as I was saying, what are my minor complaints? Okay, this box here looks like something that you could pick up with the Gutsman ability. The Gutsman ability that lets you pick up crates. It looks... I feel like, since Impact Man is very much inspired by Gutsman, I feel like this is a reference here, but I might be reading too much into that. Going to California. Don't say. Nice. Like, anywhere in particular, or like the beach, or going gambling? Yeah, like in Mega Man, it's Mega Man 1, like the Gutsman ability lets you pick up big blocks, right? Anyways, one of my minor complaints about this game, the reason why I remembered it just now is because the previous screen right before coming into here, there was an instance of this. Okay, so in superhero mode, which is what I'm playing right now, all of the consumables, like the E-tanks or an extra life or a health pickup that are normally in the levels are now absent. And I'm not complaining about that on the basis of it being more difficult, because obviously it's supposed to be more difficult. The reason why I'm calling that a complaint is because all of these pickups were not just directly on your path. Like, I don't know, I can't go back to the previous... Oh, I can. Okay, but you see to the left? See the left over there? Those platforms over there? There was a pickup over there in normal mode. Oh, dang it, he respawned. And so, if you decided to risk it, you could go over there and try to get that pickup, but it could be detrimental since you have to go off the required path and go take a more dangerous optional detour to go get the pickup. You know what I mean? And so by removing that completely in what is supposed to be a more challenging mode, you've made entire portions of the level design irrelevant. And so, yeah, they don't want you to get extra lives or health as easily, but I still think they should put something there, like maybe some bolts or something. Bolts is the currency. While you're going to visit friends who moved out there, but also TwitchCon. Oh, nice. Sorry for taking a moment to read that. I just wanted to finish my criticism. Like, I feel like if I'm going to make a criticism of the game, I have a responsibility to explain why, you know? Instead of just saying, this sucks. That would have been so cool if I could have not gotten hurt after taking them all out in one shot. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely the room right before. Dr. Wally. Obviously, I need to heal. Okay, I can do one barrier, and then I'll have to use this, which I have plenty of. Okay, are you ready to see my favorite boss fight in this game? It's so... I think, like, you already know how big of a fan I am of Trigger and Gainax. You know, Gurren Lagann being my favorite anime. So seeing a boss fight that just goes so over the top in its transformations for something that is exclusively made to hit you is so funny. Let's put this on. Also, one of my complaints about the game, a lot minor, obviously, is that, you know how normally if you go through a door, but if you jump when you go through the door, you'll stay in the air when the screen pans? Look at that, you fall down before the screen pans. Here he is. He like to spike. Okay, that was not a great start. Okay. Okay, I need to... I keep thinking I can cast it whenever I want. Look at this. Yeah, all the Robot Masters have really funny puns. Look at this. And the ground shakes. Holy cow. Oh, he can still hit you when he's de-transforming. Wait! Ugh! So low on health. He's crazy, I know. I love it. All the boss fights... Okay, the boss fights are 10 out of 10. I would be very scared to fight this guy without his weakness. That always catches me off guard. Ugh. Too spiky. Hey, if you know any artists that would be up to the task, and I'm asking for a friend, obviously, but you should ask them to make some Impact Man Cross Tundra Man R34. I'm sure my friend would greatly appreciate it. This power you get from Impact Man, Impact Driver, I mean, obviously it's a weapon, right? And it's Bounce Man's weakness because you can, you know, pop the balloon, pop the bouncy ball. But it's very useful just as a traversal ability. And so once I get better at this game, I think that I would actually like to start with Impact Man so I can have this Impact Driver as a means for traversal throughout the rest of the game. See what I mean? You'll see if you can pull some strings. See, like, and with power gear, you go even further. So in some parts in levels, you can skip entire, like, you can essentially skip entire rooms between rush. Well, I can't use rush here, but you can just bounce in the air with rush, right? Use rush coil, bounce in the air, and then you can just fly across the rest of the room by doing this. So my original plan was to start with Impact Man in normal mode, but somebody advised me that he's a difficult stage. He has a difficult stage, so I waited. So today on Superhero mode, I said, well, I had decided that I would do Impact Man first, and then I tried it, and that's when I decided, okay, this stage is pretty challenging without the acid barrier. But once I get better at the game, I would like to start with Impact Man so I can get this first. Okay, Bounce Man. Bounce Man! It's definitely the oddball. Get it? Because he's a ball. I think I used that joke on Wednesday. Okay.
It's so good to see you safe.
Okay,
The way Dr. Light says that, it makes me uncomfortable. Are you sure?
Already. Are you sure? Ta-da! Already. Whoa there, Mega. You're a little short. You need
Excuse
more
me?
bolts if you want to make that.
Yo, Mega!
Silly!
Interest you in some
Rock! My name's Rock, not Mega.
Okay, Mega. Little
That's not my name! Okay, Bounce Man. Out of all the... Ha 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 ha! New new new! New new new! New 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 new! Out of all the... Oh, listen to the instrumental version of this soundtrack. It's even more obnoxious. It's even more taunting. As I was saying, out of all the Mega Man 11 live streams I've watched, this is definitely the most rage-inducing stage. As you can see, there are bounce physics. I'm probably... See, I want to save... I need to save some of my Impact Man energy for the boss, obviously. But there are still some parts in the level that are much easier if you use it as a traversal ability. So I'm probably going to do that a bit. Try to strike a balance. Also, speaking of that, one of the things I really like about this game is that... I mean, not only do the bosses have weaknesses, right? But using their weakness has, like... But their weakness, so like, for example, Bounce Man is weak to Impact Man. But in Bounce Man's stage, using Impact Man's weapon is very helpful just in the stage. And so it makes you evaluate... So it makes you evaluate and decide how much of it you want to use in the stage versus how much you want to use in the boss fight. You know, it makes you weigh... You know, it makes you have to essentially bargain with yourself and weigh the costs and benefits. I think I might have over-explained that, but I wanted to make sure I got my point across. Because it's not like you can... It's not like I can just use the weakness whenever I want, you know? Like, if using Impact Man's weapon wasn't so enticing in the level itself, it would pretty much be guaranteed that I would have a full stack of its energy for the boss fight. But since it's so tempting to use it for the stage, if I do decide to use it for the stage, I then won't have it for the boss fight. Boing, boing. That bounce noise when this enemy bounces around sounds like a stock noise, which makes it even more hilarious. Stay back. Oh yeah, Tundra Man's ability is very useful here too. To just nuke everything. Or I can... Where is it? Wait! The balloons are still up! Wait, I can't hurt the balloons? What the heck? Game. There. Spank me! Whoa. There. You see that? See the ledge? You see how... Well, you see how there's that platform that I land onto to jump onto the ladder? See that platform below it? Normally there's an extra life there. But because they're removing it in superhero mode, that part of the level design is completely pointless. It just seems weird because, you know, superhero mode, if I decided to go for that in superhero mode, it would still be adding to the difficulty of me trying to go for something optional. But I guess it would be just as difficult to get to it as it would be in normal, which is something they don't want. So maybe like, maybe keep the pickup there, but add some extra enemies surrounding it. Mega Man, why can't you duck? Learn to duck. Okay, so here. This is where I will use Impact Man. Wait! Oh, I thought I had it equipped already. I forgot. Doing Rush makes you unequip it. Okay. This was supposed to be easy. This level is such a rager. Get me out. These enemies keep spawning. Okay. Why can't I shoot? Okay, there. Okay. Okay. I'm using this. Here. Because of its ability to do that, it seems pretty invaluable to speedrunners. So I wonder, I haven't checked what the speedrunning routes are. Okay, hold on, game. I haven't checked what the speedrunning routes are, but I'd imagine starting with Impact Man would be very useful. Because even if starting with Impact Man is difficult, I mean, difficulty is kind of not a reason. Like, difficulty isn't really an issue in terms of speedrun paths. Like, you wouldn't account for it. You would just learn to do it. Okay, watch this. This is the first mid-boss. Well, there's another mid-boss like this, but you have to fight him on bouncy balls. Just poke it. You can cheese him and kill him so early. See? Because he was going to summon his inflatable frog again, but if you can spam attacks on him before he can summon it, easy peasy. That's a lot harder to do when you fight it the second time when the ground is bouncy, just because, I mean, with the ground being bouncy, it's hard to actually line up consecutive attacks like that. It's also useful here because of those guys. They try to block you. Just ram right through them. Huh. I'm ready. Wait, am I? Wait, no. Oh, that's the backwards one. Hey, that guy actually saved me. Why did I not notice it was taking me backwards? It's close. Wait! No, I was out of energy! I was out of energy. We are refilling that. Well, before we refill everything, let's make some use of other things. Probably wasn't necessarily the best course of action with these balloons. Here we go. What are some other things I could be using right now? And block dropper is so good. Where is he? There he is. Boing. And Eddie's pointless since he doesn't have any power-ups. Evil Eddie. I don't remember if I said Evil Eddie or not, but that was the evil one. This is a room for Impact Man if I've ever seen one. Well, I could have used Rush Jet, actually. How many more do I have? 4? Okay. It's probably a... keep forgetting that the balloons don't get destroyed from that. Boing, 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 boing. What makes the theme of this level so disturbing is that I forgot I don't need to jump up the optional way now. Like, imagine if there was some, you know, robot, this AI robot that was tasked with, you know, taking care of children at a daycare. And then some crazy guy reprogrammed it to be malicious. Your children are left at this daycare that's supposed to look all happy and fun. Classic uncanniness. Uncanniness? Is that a word? Classic example of using something being uncanny to add to the horror. This part's annoying. Boing. We use Rush. Thank you. Look at his legs dangle. Dr. Wowie. You have to stop him, Mega Man. Okay, here's the... yeah, here... okay, let's see if I can... so when I played this on normal, I got the cheese kill on the first one, just like I did. But I was not able to pull it off on this guy, just because of the bouncing around. Probably should have just got, you know, flown over him there. Get back here! Okay, got him. He was trying to air up another frog. Not today. Okay, I'm pretty low in energy again. Where's Block Dropper? Top left, okay. I hate that. I hate the ceiling placements. They are deliberately placed just low enough that you might hit your head on them when trying to make a very important jump. A very mundane but important jump when there happens to be a death pit below you. Not risking it this time. Okay, something weird. I'm not sure if this was an oversight, but I've made the explanation. Okay, so you see how you can see space now? Like, so we're so high up in the air, we can see space now, right? In the boss room, it looks like daytime sky with clouds and stuff. Like blue sky with clouds. So, assuming it's not an oversight on the designer's parts, I'm assuming that this is the actual sky and that the other sky we were seeing was actually just like a fake sky on a monitor. But I don't know what the point for that would be. Maybe just for lighting. Okay, this this place is where you can skip a lot of the stuff here with Pile Driver. Okay, so you see how... Okay, so you see how by climbing up here, the ground goes off screen? And then you bounce across, you know? There's actually a pit down here that I died in the first time I played this level. See? Because since the ground was off screen, I had assumed that the ground was still down there. So I never actually saw where the ground dropped off. Wait, does that make me bounce higher than a little bit? What happens if I do this? Okay, I feel like I'm doing some speedrun strats here. Maybe not worth the risk. Maybe not worth the lives. Okay, I really want to pull it off now. Because the exit to this part of the level is, like, directly up. So if I can find... Oh my gosh. So if I can find a way to just go straight up. Get the energy again. Okay. Wait! Okay, I know this is possible. Let me first... Okay. Wait! Ugh! Okay, you see what I'm trying to go for, right? Got it! Okay, here it is. Okay, I skipped, like, the entire majority of this room by doing that. At a cost, obviously, but still. It's... The non-linearity, like, the big openness of this level near the end is kind of bizarre, actually. It's kind of out of character for the level design and all the other levels. Okay. Okay, game. Do I still have to go higher? Yes, I do. Huh. I changed my mind! Boing! Boing! The impact driver is useful here if you need to correct, like, where you're landing. Boing! Boing! Okay, here he is, the big boy himself. Even though I had impact driver when I fought him the first time, I was completely out of energy, and I had nothing to refill it with. So... he should be a lot easier this time, despite being in superhero mode. I need to top off my energy? No, I do not. See, look, it's daytime again.
Oh boy, a new playmate!
A new playmate! Let's. Huh. Oh wow, that was so easy. Yeah, that was... Was that 3 hits? You can kill him with 3 hits? I mean, it makes sense, you know. Driving a spike in and popping it, he would deflate completely. But geez, 3 hits? That's like... That is the most detrimental weakness. That's the most detrimental weakness in the whole game. Are you ready for the most impressive suit design? Lo and behold. Said this before, but I imagine that the round parts on his helmet on the side and on the back and in the front are actually rubber, so if something were to hit his head would just bounce the other direction. Look at this. This is really good in small spaces.
Otto, do you have any idea where Wily's gone to?
He's totally...
What is Otto good for?
Maybe he decided to turn tail and run. Huh?
What is it, Otto?
There's someone hijacking our signal.
Could it be?
Activate your hacker skills.
Indeed it could. My genius neither runs nor hides.
Wily turned invisible.
Light than you, Mega Man. How dare you use my double gear system? Now you've crossed the line. I'll turn you into scrap myself.
that lip sync.
1685578.
Can you say that again? Can you repeat that?
I'll be waiting for you.
Oh, you mean the giant castle with a giant skull with a giant W on it. Oh, okay. That's all you had to say.
I'm heading out, Dr. Light.
It's time to finish this. Good luck, Mega Man. It's up to you to stop Dr. Wily.
Yes, sir.
You can do it, Mega Man!
Mega, be careful out there.
Okay.
Okay. Whoa, we're getting hacked! Okay, let's...
Stand on the threshold.
Can I...
Are you sure?
Wait. Can I buy the...
Oh, Mega? Can I interest
Where do I unlock these things? Why do I... Maybe you just can't... Maybe some things you can't buy on superhero mode. Like, maybe I can't buy the anti-knockback thing. I think that's what they're doing. If that's the case, let's just stock up on this stuff.
Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da!
Ta-da!
All ready. Are you sure? Ta-da! Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready. Are you sure? Ta-da! All
We used exactly
luck out there, Mega.
every single one of our bolts. Coincidence? Anyways, I know I said I was planning on doing another full playthrough of the game today, like I did on Wednesday, but I think I actually want to save the Dr. Wily stages for later. Mostly because I'm pretty hungry right now, and I'd rather focus on the game than, you know, feeling hungry. Plus, I've been streaming for a while anyway. So let's see if there's someone we can host. Let's see. Wolf Among Us is playing some Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Wait, let me make sure I'm spelling this right. Yeah. Okay, so host. There we go. So, thank you everyone for watching. I might stream tomorrow. I might stream Sunday. Either way, I'm definitely going to stream Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. So, like, no later than Monday, but I might stream again Sunday to finish up Superhero Mode Dr. Wily stages. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching. And join the Discord and follow me on Twitter because well, in addition to other things, I post notifications there whenever I'm going live so that if I do go live at an unannounced time, you will be notified in advance. Anyways, anything else I want to say before taking it over to Wolf Among Us? Yeah, so normally I export these Twitch live streams. Usually I upload these past broadcasts onto YouTube as a whole. But with Mega Man 11 in particular, I'm making more of a like a highlight reel style of format. So go check that out on my YouTube. I have Fuse Man uploaded so far from my normal playthrough, and I will be editing some more of those tonight. And I will see you guys later. So, thanks again, and we are now taking it over to A Wolf Among Us. Bye for now. Hello, YouTube. You heard what I said. Go follow me on Twitch. That's not what I said, but that was a separate sentence. You heard what I said, which was the other stuff, and then I said go follow me on Twitch in addition. Oh yeah, I like the video too.